while we're wallowing in misery, I so desperately
just turn the fucking dogs on him. That's all I got to say.
Yeah. I so desperately wanted to ask the question, do you care what happens to Moonglow?
Ask the question. No one's stopping you doing that.
Okay, well, I want to maybe I will.
Mm-hmm. I say go for it.
To your heavy hints about his connections and special knowledge and stuff like that, with a confused, bemused expression, he's not. He says these things are going a bit past me over my head. I'm not sure who you think I am. A friend of Moonsglow's.
Oh,
with
silly me.
Her family's best intentions at heart.
Just a silly ditz over here. Fortunately not related to either of these two women in any way, shape, or form, despite all resemblances to the contrary.
Well, he's clearly not noticed a resemblance. Perhaps because you are still labouring under a curse.
All right. So what about the response to what about the response to Rod's question? That's what we're all waiting for.
Rod, are you going to ask him? What was the question, sir?
Well, I'm basically going to ask him, do you care what happens to Moonglow? I don't know, since I didn't get the roll to do my power, I don't know if I can still just make a regular interrogate roll to try to get out of him.
You have to be literally interrogating somebody, so like...
Oh, right. I would have to actually take... Yeah.
Oh, man, so we can't even nail him with the armor-piercing question either.
I'm not stopping you from trying to get him into a situation where you could interrogate him.
I know what you mean.
If you want,
go for it, Rod. Whatever.
I am going to. How do I put this? I'm going to address Moonglow and say, look, I understand that that your sister is important to you and what this man is saying, but we have to leave immediately. There are so many terrible things happening. I am going to try to use preach.
No, you're not. But you can use sincerity for that. Preach is if you're talking to a big crowd of people and trying to...
Is that really what it is? Yes. I'm going to quibble with this because my preach is much better.
Say, unfortunately, you're not the only one with the rule book.
Aha.
I am wrong. You are right. You can sway an individual.
Ooh.
And I know about this because there was a thing in the last ring where Ron's character should have used preach instead of bargain.
No, you can go and try and preach to her about it.
Okay.
Potions and tell her that we need to go and it's very urgent.
That's what I'm doing.
For your information, Rod. For your information, Rod, my score with the bargain and my score with the preach are the same. So,
well, there you go.
No harm done.
Okay. All right.
But on the other hand, speaking of harm done, how did your roll go?
Not great. Literally not great. And in fact, it went feebly, which of course is the mandatory humiliation result.
Yes. We have this is the feeble session. We are the feeble sisters this particular time around.
Oh boy. Grim. This fucking asshole is gonna rope us into
he's Teflon. This is like the Teflon dude, right? Teflon Byron. That's what I'm calling him from now on.
Moonsglow stands up and comes over to you, Christabel.
Oh, no.
Don't worry. I know you're scared, but I'm sure that Morningstar will keep us all safe. So our arm around you.
Well, that is very embarrassing.
There is just no solution here except to set the dogs on him and club him over the head. Oh. But then, but Moonsglow isn't going to go for that. We're not going to get her out of here safely if we do that.
Well, he says to Moonsglow, we have to go now. The authorities or the hill folk about this plot because they're the people who could go and cure fire. And they start making their way towards the door.
We gotta follow. I gotta go. Christabel, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I want to leave with you so bad, and I want, but this is. I got to. I'm gonna put up my fingers and say, but I have 2 sisters.
I know. All right. Well, I'm not leaving without you. So, have we ransacked this place for money yet?
No, you were on the verge of doing it when he came in at the end of the last session.
Fuck it. Shining Star, where's the money in this house? I'm not leaving here without traveling.
Over there.
Okay. All right.
Okay. I'm not going to make you make a roll for finding money in the house where
You're not, but you got to count columns for how many bronzes he finds.
Okay, we can do that if you want. I've just thought your rolls have been going so well so far that I might let you on. Okay.
Teacher, you forgot to assign homework. All right. What should I roll?
I figured just to embrace the disaster.
Search.
You can roll search.
Please let me roll search. It's my only shot.
Go for it.
Oh, 37 could be worse. On a 15, it's passable.
Possible. Cool. You find the
partially
1 bronze.
No, I'm not. I wasn't using that to determine how many bronze because that was the search roll to find whatever it is elves use instead of a safe. I'm trying to think what that would be.
Some sort of coconut grows around the money.
I'm imagining it's like where you cut off a limb off a tree and get like a.
Oh, yeah.
If you touch this one in the right way, in an elfy way, it will open up and reveal what's inside. And you're ransacking the house of a famous merchant family. It's like,
I don't know how to open this.
well, you could probably make an arcane law roll to see if you can work out how to open it.
Star, I don't know how to open this. We have other things to do. All right. They're leaving right now. So, all right then. You know, my arcane lore is really wretched, but it is kind of my house, so maybe I get a column shift.
I haven't been doing column shifts properly today. Sorry, yes, go for it. 2 column plus 2 column shifts.
Okay, well that's not so bad then. Wait, is that a? Which one is it? That's a 60. Okay, so 62, running with a 5, only gives me inferior, but with a 2 column shifts, I managed to get to passable.
Ooh. For a moment, you think it won't open, and they've changed the natural combination, but it opens up. The fresh tree-like aroma wafts out of the safe.
The smell of money.
And you can find it's possible to determine gold coins that you find.
Me? Is that me or you, Rod?
You were the one who wanted to ransack it, Rod, so you can make it.
Inferior, which is not feeble, but pretty crappy. Yeah.
I'm guessing inferior is the converse of great. Basically, you lose. Done.
It says the action is 25% accomplished. I only did a small fraction of what I want.
Right. So
whatever you were gonna put in that safe, put 25%.
Okay. There is
I'll take
8
anything.
silver coins.
Did you say 8 silver?
Silver.
Oh, good enough. All right, let's get out of here with the dogs.
Dogs have been looking suspiciously at you ransacking safes, but they are apparently terrible guard dogs.
It's okay, sweetie.
So you're following Morningstar and Moonstar out as they head back towards the city.
Yes, we are off on our stealth mission with 3 elves and 2 giant dogs.
Well, he didn't seem to object to you coming. Now, we'll see what happens in a moment. Robbie, you're ransacking the house of a...
Robbie's taking dope. Robbie's just saying yes.
There is a drug called Brave Leaf, which
yes.
has a property of making you immune to pain, which seems like it's big. I mean,
that seems like a good idea. Oh,
sounds like a horrible idea, but okay.
It sounds like a good idea, as it's something that's likely to be there, given its rarity. So that can certainly be something you find while rummaging in Max's jars and things like that.
Do you want me to make a plants roll or anything, or?
He already did make a plants roll. I believe it was a
Good result.
good result, yes.
Okay.
So that allows you to identify that there is indeed Brave Leaf in one of the jars of otherwise unidentified things in Max's shop.
What Girl would do is take the Brave Leaf. If there's any wine around, I would take any wine that might be around. Mix the leaf up in the wine of it.
Okay. I heard something about a back room as well.
Yeah, I would go to a back room while I'm doing this, and then
Not
when
getting
I'm
that, I'm
starting
afraid.
The confirmation on the back room.
Okay, cool. Right.
I don't know how long we can keep this up, but he's going to drink that damn drug no matter if it kills us.
Yes. But make a listen roll first.
inferior.
Inferior listening.
Oh, okay. Yes, you wander into the back room. I suppose you're finding some wine to mix it with, which you do.
Completely failing to notice Max sitting there looking at you the whole time is my guess.
Only 75% failing.
That's right. So Ross, tell us what this means actually. Now that we have wallowed in our humor, such as it is.
That's fine. What does this mean? This means that the door of the apothecary shop crashes open. You hadn't heard anybody coming, and you are standing in the doorway with your glass of Brave Leaf wine. Remus and Max stagger into the shop. The
Remus bleeding freely. You've seen this before.
Yeah. With the dead body of what's the name? Sun Fox between them.
Still okay with
but
that.
Max is obviously only for support injured wolflings and dead. Robbie, do you want to say anything?
I would look at Remus.
This is so frustrating because I now can't hear what he's saying.
Oh, he's talking to Remus. Robbie, finish. When Robbie's done, Ross, I will convey the essence.
Ask Remus what happened and run over to him.
Robbie girl runs over to Remus and asks, "What happens to you?"
Again.
Yeah. This is going to go well.
Yeah. Chicken's coming home to roost.
Yes. So he tells you that your friends accessed unprovoked and murdered Sunfox.
I mean,
And he's bleeding, and you can see blood pouring down his arm.
What I would do is.
Now you really need the guidance, is all I got to say.
Yes. Going to get the guidance, but I think right now I would assist in patching together.
So Ross, girl is going to help with the medical necessities of the moment.
Okay, cool.
it might be nice to have friends to get high with. Maybe this is a positive.
There's a song about that.
Rocky Mountain.
So, does helping with the medical necessities include the wine with Remus, who's clearly in pain?
Oh, yeah, you're going to give him the brave leaf instead of knocking it back yourself.
I'm generous enough to say there's enough to go around.
I think that I would put a good dose of brave leaf in there, make it very concentrated, and us.
Okay, so Ross, girl is going to do the charitable thing and dose Remus with the brave leaf.
Also make a medical roll, and
just in case it wasn't the brave leaf after all. I see.
I got the impression he was also going to help with tying up.
He said he would help with band-aids and all that. So yeah,
I rolled good.
Good, excellent. So, just one second. Actually, that's pretty good for him. So Remus is zonking out, but looking much healthier and happier, and somewhat less like he's on the verge of death. But you have had to help extract the crossbow bolt from his shoulder. So yes. So and are you also taking the brave leaf and generally getting at one with the universe?
Yes, I'm taking a good dose of that brave leaf.
Balance, imbalance, balance, imbalance, balance.
Sounds good. You want to make that devotion roll.
Yeah, and then this is looking
what to do.
Because I have my friends who I've just learned Sun Fox and attacked Remus. Thrith, who is
I got a bit of that.
I'll translate. He's just running through his contradictory relationships one by one, which might be shorter if he just lists the relationships that aren't contradictory and confusing, and that would be, oh wait, none of them.
As a father, he hasn't got a contradictory relationship with him yet.
Passable result on
Passable devotion result.
Correct. Yeah, that's what.
Man, if you needed that awesome, that would have been the time.
I know.
Yeah, no kidding.
Or a catastrophe, also perfectly acceptable. But
God.